Hi, I'm Caryn. I'm the art therapist at the Melbourne Centre for Women's Mental Health, and today I want to show you how to make one of these beautiful artworks. So there's a few steps in this process, but the reason I like doing this is because one, you're working within a circle. There's something about working within a circle that is really quite calming and meditative, I find, and it can be quite, can draw you inwards a little bit as well. So firstly, working within a boundary where you just have to focus on directing your art making to one space and not having to worry about the whole page can in itself be quite a great way to start when you're not sure where to go or what to do. So it can be a really containing thing for you. I then find that tracing around the leaves can be quite meditative, and it slows your mind down a little bit because you're really focusing on the line and the shapes. And then after that, once you add the paint to the pattern that you've made, that's a really pleasurable experience of adding more water, adding more paint, and kind of playing with the different contrasts you can make with the paint. So it's something that's quite easy to do. And it's nice to also have a think about the colours that you're using and put a little bit of meaning to those colours. So I've chosen colours that I find to be quite relaxing and calming. Let me show you how to do this. I hope you enjoy it. You will need some paper, watercolours. If you don't have watercolours, you can use paints, you can use pencils. It really doesn't matter for this. You'll need some water. You will need a bowl that will fit onto your paper. You will need a paintbrush and a marker. And when you choose a permanent marker, just make sure that it is waterproof. So maybe test it out, kind of scribble on a piece of paper and put some water over it and see if it runs. Because if you are using watercolour, you don't want that ink to run into your colour at the end. And you'll need some leaves. So to start with, we're going to trace around your bowl. So just place it anywhere on the page and just draw around it. Great. So once you have your circle, you're going to choose one of the leaves that we have. Now I have so many beautiful leaves. There's some green ones, there's some ones that were just falling off the tree, but I might go for this reddish one. It's really interesting shape. There's a lot of kind of spikes and a lot of detail on it and a lot of shape to it, which I really like. So I'm going to go with that one. So just place it anywhere you like on in your circle and start to trace around it. So that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to start to trace and overlap some leaves over this one. I'm really liking how it looks so far, but I'm going to keep going. But when you do it, it's really up to you how far you take it. You could stop now if you like, or you can keep going with it. You can push it how far you like. I'll leave it there. I love that. I love how there's some beautiful big spaces, and then there's some really intricate little areas as well. So there's a big overlap of what's happening in there. So it kind of tells quite a story in there, I think. So next we're going to fill it in with some colour. So this is a really nice opportunity to think about the colours that mean something to you and what you want to get out of this exercise. If your aim of this is to promote some relaxation in yourself, to sort of slow your thoughts mentally a little bit, maybe think of those colours that promote those aspects of yourself. What are the colours that you find to be quite still, that you might find relaxing and calming? If you want to be feeling a little more energetic, maybe think of some colours that are really active and loud, like red or neon pink or something like that. Today I want to focus a little bit on me, and I want to sort of slow down a little bit. So I'm going to use some colours that mean something to me in those ways. I think I'll be using some blues, purples, sort of those cooler colours. For me, they really symbolise that stillness. So that's what I'll be doing. Now I have so many different colours here, and what I like to do is to kind of paint them out to sort of see what colours I have. So again, if you don't have watercolour paint, that is absolutely fine. Just use whatever you have at home. You can use some coloured pencils for this, you can use some paint, you can use whatever you like, or you can just leave it like that. So the colours that I'm really drawn to here are these kind of really soft muted colours in the middle here. So that's what I'll be using, these blues and purples and almost to the pinks. And what I find is when you limit your colour palette, so you don't have as many colours in there, it can help to create a bit of balance and harmony to your picture. So there's not so many colours that are competing against each other. And you can experiment a little bit with adding more water or with adding more colour and see what kind of effect that has as well. You can really just play around with these watercolours. There's so many effects you can make with just adding a bit of water to it, or adding a bit more colour. So that's my finished painting, and it was just so beautiful to sort of sit still for a moment amidst this very fast-paced world and just to paint and to focus on what I'm doing inside that circle. So I really hope you enjoyed that today, and I look forward to doing some more art